Hello everyone and a very warm welcome. Well, today once again we are here to get in a conversation, to get a bit more of knowledge. A knowledge about the facts that are unclear in our mind. As a layman, we think that real estate is something that's an unsolved mystery. And that's what exactly I think as well. And today here I'm along with Mr. Kumar Devi, who is the Executive Director for Goel Ganga Group. A very warm welcome to you, sir. How have you been?
Thank you very much.
This lockdown has been very brutal on every single person, and that's the reason why I am here to solve my unsolved facts with you. So, what I understand is I come straight to the questions that I have in my mind. I want to understand that you have had a vast experience in the real estate industry, and keeping that experience in mind, what is the kind of interaction that happens along with the customers or the buyers?
Thank you, Prashita. First of all, let me say that this thought sharing process is always beneficial for everybody, and it forms up the process for me also. Because you are so busy with your routine and your regular work, so you have to take a pause and you have to brood over, what exactly you are doing and why one should do that.
Right.
Thank you very much for arranging this session.
Welcome.
Yeah, you were saying something.
So I want to understand that the interaction along with customers, the interaction along with a new person who's just walking in and asking about maybe purchasing a flat or anything about real estate. What is that kind of interaction that happens?
See, actually, I have a very different view on this, because I have worked in other industries also, and out of 35 years, last 13 years, I have been working in real estate. So there is a marked difference in buyer behavior, and sometimes which really confuses me, and sometimes I wonder why this is happening.
Right.
Let me explain what I want to say. Now, when you are buying something else, let's say you are buying refrigerator, or when you are buying, say, a motorbike, or even a car, or when you are buying clothes, or when you are buying shoes, anything that, or even jewelry. What happens is, somebody goes with an intent of buying. उसको मराठी में बोलते हैं कि प्रसन्न चित्ताने आपण अप्रोच होते एक प्रसन्न होने वाला घ्यायचे the buyer behavior is very different.
Correct.
He goes with an intent of buying. He treats the seller with respect, and he looks at seller with somebody as a he looks at seller as a person who is respected, and he's solving your problem, and he's looking at your need. I find in real estate what happens is there are many people, not everybody, but there are many people who do not understand their need.
Correct.
And they come with a grudge. I don't know, that grudge is with themselves. So they always feel that they're spending a lot of money, and they always look at the developer or the salesperson with a lot of suspicion, and they look at him as if he's out to fleece him. And with the result, their decision-making process is delayed, and they are very confused in their mind.
Correct.
This is one very big problem with the real estate buyers, and actually this is one of the biggest needs, because buying a home is something very essential in life.
Correct.
Yet they don't give it a priority, or they don't understand it is a priority, and instead of doing a lot of homework before going in the market, they come there and then they start their study, and then they start interacting, and then they start doubting the intentions of the seller, as if seller is he has all the purpose and you don't have any purpose. Actually, somebody is buying a home, it's a dream house.
Correct.
And that is a time when you should be really concentrating on that. Instead of that, many times they are very confused. So this is one very big problem. So buyer also has to change his behavior, and he has to see that he has to understand his need first, and accordingly he should approach. And the developers are also changing. Over a period of time, developers also have become very rational in terms of pricing, in terms of redesigning their products. So buyer also has to change. And buyer many times, he confuses whether he needs it or not. Actually, he needs.
Right.
But he's not able to make a decision. In the process, his things are getting delayed, and when subsequently when he buys, he pays for his cost of indecision. Price goes up, and he ends up buying something which he doesn't want, and he has a lesser choice. So this is one problem that I have seen in real estate, And I hope with the passage of time, people will change and customer behavior will change in their own way.
So what I understand that there are so many aspects when we talk about interacting along with your customers.
Yes.
But there are so many of them who come maybe in a day or in a week or in a month.
Yeah.
How do you identify who is the right buyer, who is the buyer who would actually be going ahead and taking that step of maybe taking their own dream house?
See, it's like this. It is a need. Buying a home is a need. It's not an item that you can do without.
Correct.
So one has to do his own need analysis. The way developer or salesperson does, the buyer himself has to do his need analysis.
Right.
Broadly, there are 4 categories. The first category is somebody who doesn't have a home. He lives in a rented house, or he is from some other town and he's trying to settle in this place. So he's a first time buyer. So this is one category. Second category is he has a home, but now his space requirements have changed. He needs a bigger house, or he wants a change in the area. So he is looking for upgradation.
Correct.
There's another category where there are a lot of people staying in the same place, where it's a joint family, 2-3 brothers are staying together. So space requirements are they need a little more mental space now. So they
Maybe
want
a bigger house.
So they want to buy a house. And there's another category who's an investor.
Right.
So these are the 4 categories broadly, who are going to buy. Now, first you have to understand why you are buying a home. And accordingly you should do your own homework, and accordingly you should approach, so that buying process becomes easy.
Correct.
We at we as developers, we try to find out what is the need of the person, and accordingly we deal with them. Okay, this is the need analysis generally, and there are no people outside these 4 categories.
So that's what we call as, that's how you identify the buyers, and that's how you would rather pitch in,
That's right.
keeping the vast experience that you
True.
have. So you spoke about the very first point, that is there are people who live on rent. There are people who are maybe scared of taking the decision of paying EMIs or loans against their own dream house. Maybe having a rented house is convenient, or having no EMIs is convenient. So that's a very big confusing statement in everyone's mind.
See, something which is, I remember that sentence, something which is so obvious, sometimes is not obvious to the people.
Right.
People don't calculate. See, let me give you some calculation. When you are paying rent, even if you are paying a small rent of 12,000 rupees, which could be 1 BHK in Pune, in a reasonably okay area, you will be paying in 20 years something like 48 lakhs with a normal escalation of 5% every year.
Yes, there is an increment every year.
Yeah. So I can prove it with calculation that on 12,000 rupees rent you are paying 48 lakhs. So if you are living in a good house and if you are paying 25,000, you are ending up paying 96 lakhs in 20 years. There is this class of people who follow this American philosophy, why buy a home, why take the load of EMI. In the process, what you are doing is you are wasting money.
Right.
You are wasting money, you are funding EMI of the landlord. And you are not owning anything, nor you are getting appreciation. Whereas, what happens is the landlord is getting appreciation, his own investment is hardly to the extent of whatever he has paid, and his loan is being paid by you, repaid by you. So his appreciation is very high. So you are helping somebody else.
Right.
And in the process, you are wasting a lot of money. So
Correct.
this is one aspect. Second aspect is in the current situation, in pandemic situation, I know cases where people who were living on rent and they traveled maybe abroad and they came back, and a lot of people thought that since they are quarantined, so they must be having corona. So society ill-treated them.
Correct.
You don't have your own place.
I think especially the tenants who
They
have
are tenants.
suffered.
I'm talking about tenants.
Right.
So then landlord suddenly starts telling you, why don't you vacate the place? So these are additional problems.
Right.
But generally speaking, when you are paying rent, you're wasting a lot of money, and that waste is not a small amount. You could be ending up paying 1 crore over 20 years, and yet you don't own the place. I think it is so obvious, and one should do the calculations. People don't do calculations and then they just go. Plus, you are not able to buy proper furniture because you're not sure whether you're going to continue here or not. So I think staying on rent is not a correct policy. In my opinion, you should try and buy your home as early as possible.
So that's the wisest decision that one should be taking, and taking that step ahead of having your own house.
Yes.
So I think this pandemic situation has explained a lot of people in a very easy manner that have your घर पे रहो, सुरक्षित रहो.
True.
So अपना खुद का घर होगा तो हम बहुत ही आसानी से रह सकते हैं. So, but when we talk about this pandemic situation, under this period of COVID-19, a lot of people have had their job losses, they have had their pay cuts, maybe from 30% to 70%, and people are suffering big time in terms of finances. So, what would you like to advise them when they think about having their own house?
Very good question. See, let me put it this way. Do you stop living because you have some problem?
No.
You will never stop living.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a problem, you have a challenge in life. So you try to tide over that problem. Somebody who's having a job cut is going to be a temporary problem.
Correct.
Any qualified person, anybody who's working hard, sooner or later he's going to get back his job somewhere else, or he'll start his business. So these are all temporary issues.
Correct.
I don't think that should really dampen your process of decision making. Well, there are temporary problems. Government also announced moratorium for EMI for this period. So I think it's a question of showing courage, and these are temporary issues. I don't think one should really stop living because of this.
You explained it so easily and so beautifully. Thank you so much.
I'm very passionate about this, and I'm here not as a representative of any particular company.
Right.
My advice to the people will be, you buy a home for yourself. You buy it from anywhere. I mean, there are so many good developers.
Okay.
We are not here to advertise any particular company. But buying a home is something that is a top priority.
So when I think about all the aspects that you have just shared along with me, all the points that you have mentioned about it, is it actually the right time to buy a house?
Wonderful question. Wonderful question. See, buying a home when you need, anytime is a good time, but in the current situation, I think it's a lifetime opportunity.
Right.
There are three reasons. One is, generally real estate over last so many years has always become costlier and costlier.
Mm-hmm.
It's only in last 2 years what has happened is the prices have actually come down.
Right.
Actually come down. Generally 800 to 1000 rupees per square foot, the price has come down. It has been rationalized to that extent. So 1000 square foot flat has come down by 8 lakhs to 10 lakhs. So
Wow.
there is a huge price reduction, number one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two is the home loan interest rates have drastically come down over the last 3 years. They have come down almost by 3.5%.
Yes, they have.
3. Now, again, people don't calculate, what actually it means to them. They say, okay, interest rate has come down by 3% or so what difference is it? I'll tell you, it makes a huge cascading effect on their, EMIs. About 230 to 40 rupees per lakh EMI has come down for a 20-year tenure over last 3 years.
Wow.
The interest rate has come down from say 10% to as low as 6.85, 6.9% right now.
Right.
So, see, the effect of that is, the EMI has come down by 230 to 40 rupees per lakh
So
for 20-year tenure.
Okay.
Let's talk about 20-year tenure.
Okay.
So, on a 50 lakh loan, in 20 years, you will be paying almost 27 lakhs less.
That's a very big benefit.
So, generally, if you're buying a flat of
I can get my interior done in that money.
Yeah. Not that. See, 27 lakhs is a huge saving. So, EMI has come down,
Correct.
the price has come down, and one more thing which has happened just this month, effective 1st September, Government of Maharashtra has reduced the stamp duty by 50%. So, generally, reduction in stamp duty is about 2.5 lakhs, 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs, depending on the flat value.
Mm-hmm.
So, on all these three counts, right now is the best time to buy. Anybody who wants to buy a house, anybody who doesn't have a home especially, this is the best time to buy. And I don't think it requires any convincing.
Correct. Okay. I completely agree to this, and I feel that I would also rather just go ahead and buy a house for myself. I just have one last query in my mind, and that is your message for the buyers, your message for the ones who will be taking this step.
I have a very strong message. You see, there are always timelines in life. You know, you go to school in time.
Mhm.
For some reason, if you are not gone to school early because of because you are not well, you are late. You know, it's something that you're missing in life.
Correct.
Later on, you're going to know, ye jaldi nahi hua.
ये miss हो गया.
Or if you have lost few years in college, you know, again, your timeline is not met. If you're not marrying in time, again, you know, one would feel that, you know, I missed out the timeline. Similarly, there's a timeline for buying a home.
Correct.
Buying a home. And home is something, you know, so important that there is a timeline. In my opinion, I mean, I would generally advise people that when you are on an ascending mode, generally from 22 to say 45, anybody is on an ascending mode in terms of energy, in terms of the promise of money coming in,
Yeah.
in terms of promotions, in terms of business doing better. So this is a time, you know, when you are on ascending mode of life. That is the time to buy home.
Correct.
That is the time to give priority, because from age 45 maybe you have other priorities like children education, parental care, or you know, children marriages. So that time your priorities could be little different. So this is a ascending time, and after that also there is a ascending time. But in these 20-25 years, buying a home should be your top priority.
Right.
You know, before you cross 30, I think first home should be bought, because you have strong salary slate, your promise of salary going up, so your loan eligibility is very good. So this is the time to buy a home.
Thank you.
This is
so
what I would
much.
suggest people.
Thank you so much
And
for
one
this
last
advice.
message that I would like
Yes,
to add
please. Yes.
is, you know, this is about life.
Right.
Life is a challenge. Life is a challenge, but at the same time, you have to approach it like you approach sports. When you want to go for playing a game of football,
Mhm.
your you know, mental framework is very different. You are very happy.
Right.
Similarly, life is a game. You need to approach it with timelines, with sort of you know, you only have 40 years of working span.
Correct.
Let's say, which is about 14,000 days. Which is about 14,000 days.
Okay.
In those 14,000 days, everything has to happen, and buying a home has to be a top priority. Because after 14,000 days, after 40 years, you are going to fade away. So everything you have to do in these 14,000 days. So buying a home is something that is very, very essential for you.
So make the most of those 14,000
Absolutely,
days.
absolutely. This is what I would like to tell you everybody.
I completely agree to all the aspects that you have covered in this conversation today. Thank you so much, Mr. Devi, for this wonderful knowledge sharing. I would love to have a conversation with you in the near future as well. Thank you so much for your time,
It was
sir.
a pleasure
Thank you.
talking to you.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.